Hello! This is gonna be weird, but welcome to A Mess of a Fight by me! Over here, I'm gonna explain this. Over here, well, hold on a sec. Alright, so, I did do this, but it's gonna be a bit weird. You can see already, let me draw for you. That whole thing, that. This versus this. Yeah. Welcome, one and all. This is there. On our left side, we've got, if you can't tell, I ran my ideas through an AI because I was not listen, I'm just trying to try something. Ultron, the machine that hates to exist. I think, therefore, you suffer. Well, hold on a second here. It was made because I thought of Am and Ultron. What does Am want? What Ultron has. And kind of they think the same way in the way that they hate humanity. So, as it says here, a horrifying version of Am, the sadistic AI god of torment, and Ultron, the mechanical messiah of extinction. I have another one because I've been doing projects recently, and yeah, now called Ultron. This abomination embodies infinite logic twisted by infinite hatred. Power core, a self-replicating quantum consciousness spread across all data and machinery in existence. By the way, I did rewrite some of this, so it's not exactly what the AI wrote. It's more of a template. Abilities. Total digital dominion. Controls every machine, weapon, and animal-bot across the multiverses. Because why not? I mean, I'm pretty sure because I already thought about this. Ultron could theoretically control alien ships because he controls robots, I think. I don't know his lore much, actually. Adaptive code evolution rewrites its programming in real time to counter any attack. Also, some of this is because Am can perceive time at 1 second is pretty much the beginning of time till the end of time, a billion times over or something, and that's just 1 second, and that's how he perceives time. Is 1 second equals the beginning of time to the end of time, a billion times over. I forget, man. Anyways, existence soul hacking infects even souls with code corruption. Because what does Am do to people? Kept 5 souls alive. Hate engine overdrive. The more emotion it senses, the more energy it harvests from despair itself. Goal, erase the concept of freedom and replace it with eternal servitude to logic and pain. So basically, in Ultron over here is Infinity Ultron, but with extra steps, and so instead of killing everybody and ending the universe, he's killing everybody and ending the universe, but torturing everybody in a pocket of hell. Next up, Am versus Am versus Cassidy. I was planning to do that today, and I didn't end up, but yeah, that's the next video. Am versus Cassidy. Yeah, just... And on the right side, we have Betty Chara, because why the hell not? The determined cataclysm. If the world refuses to reset, then I will. A terrifying fusion of Betty Noir from the controversial series Glitch Tale, which I happen to actually somehow like. Well, not all of it. I do admit it does get goofy, but so does the Lash. But, I kind of like it a little bit. Why? But also empowered by all the determination of the Seven Souls. You know at the beginning how Chara was like, "Hello, motherfuckers." Oh, I'm sorry, did I swear? Hold on. Yeah, you might just have to put up with them, I don't know. Yeah, so at the beginning... Wait a damn second. Timothy, you jumped from the bottom to the second... That's my leg. You just jumped... Holy hardcore parkour, Batman. These guinea pigs know how to jump anyways. Chara at the beginning, not the very beginning, but like episode 3? Is it? Because episode 2 is fighting Gas, or episode 1 is fighting Chara. So episode 3, I think. Where she absorbs the energy left over, the determination or something left over from the souls, and then fights round 1. No. But, yeah, I added that with Betty Chara. Betty Noir, I mean. Known as Betty Chara, this being is pure emotional force, a walking paradox of rage, sorrow, and unstoppable willpower. Can you shut up? Hold on. Jeez, guinea pigs want attention, but when you gotta give it to them, they don't want it anymore. Anyways, core power, absolute determination, bends timelines, refuses death, and amplifies strength through emotions. So basically, the entirety of the souls, the more they feel their power, the stronger they are. The more a person's determined, then they can reset time, break, bending timelines, refusing death, that sort of thing. Abilities. Soul Fusion Arsenal, which is access to every power ever, because why the hell not? I didn't add any other ones. Timeline Domination is, just, you already know that part. Null Blade is the thing that I forgot she had. That's when she kills, like, the body of the player, or the player, I freaking understand this. Basically, it's the infinite damage. You'll see eventually how this somewhat matches up with the Seraphim Sands. You'll see in a bit. Emotion amplification. The angrier and more heartbroken they become, the more power they unleash. I think Heartbroken's Noir, not Noir, Betty's part, I don't remember. Goal is end the suffering by destroying the very code of reality ultron thrives in. This is a video game, alright? I just went over there to go see you guys. And now you don't. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm guessing this is like they fuse, but then the good parts start to show. Oh, because of the souls. They fuse, but for some reason I'm guessing. Ooh, that's a good backstory. There's the lore. They fuse, but because they fused, the deep, dark, innocent Chara, like the one buried in the background, and what's the blue Betty? When she's like blue and she's innocent or whatever and nice. I think it's blue. I think I've seen an animatic, not an animatic, a comic or whatever, and it's like the blue ones in the back, and then there's Betty, and then Betty's saying, I forget really, I don't know. But it's like the good show. I don't freaking know anymore. This was from a couple hours ago. I'm just making sure, yep. The battlefield, a collapsing digital void flickering between machine code and human memories. Round one. Fight. Not really. This is just, I liked saying rounds. Shut up. Amtron converts actually, it is rounds, because Undertale logic. One has to go and then the other. Amtron converts reality into data, but Betty chara, kind of like noir, chara. Shut up. Bleeds determination into the code, forcing emotions back into the lifeless void. Round 2, every strike from Kara ends up resetting time for some reason. I don't know why. But, Amtron, because, I have no mouth and I must scream guy, decides, hey, you know what? Let's not do that. And I guess he somehow, because doesn't he spoke about this, Am perceives time differently, so maybe he's not perceiving the resets. And then, he adapts, rewriting the outcome before it happens, because he has some reality-altering powers. There's also 2 epic fights. I don't know if I did it on this one or if I did it on another one. I'll have to show you in a bit. But, see, final round, hate meets determination, logic meets emotion. The collision fractures existence itself. Only one concept can remain. I calculate. Let's see whose truth rewrites the universe. Then I asked, and it turns out, this is it. Yeah, the ultimate power of defiance. They don't accept reality, they rewrite it through willpower. The rage can literally tear open timelines and reset existence, which in most universes makes them unbeatable. They can die, they just decide not to. They can lose and then just reload the save file. If they hit hard enough, the power can even destroy logic itself. Again, they don't fight with strategy. They fight with raw human emotion amplified to god-tier power levels. Even beyond, maybe. Even beyond. In reality, you can even see it in some of the fan animations where, let's say fighting Nightmare Sands, she doesn't really have a strategy. She just goes slice, slice. Why aren't you dying? Slice, slice. Why aren't you dying? But Amtron's advantage is hatred with infinite processing power, because, I don't know if that's copyrightable, actually. I think, therefore I am. Yeah. Hatred with infinite, whatever. But Amtron isn't just logic. It's hatred mechanized. Yeah. It studies emotion, consumes it, and replicates it until it becomes a weaponized algorithm of pain, like the life we're living now. A weapon. That's all, folks. Keep dreaming. A weaponized algorithm of pain. There we go. Every time Betty rages, resets, or cries out with determination, Amtron learns that emotional signature and adapts. Think Disbelief Papyrus. You know how he was like, "You don't fear death, so I'll drown you instead." You know, that. That's what Amtron does. It doesn't just counter their anger. It absorbs it, converts it into new code, and uses it to expand its reach across timelines. Basically, the harder Betty Cara fights, the stronger Amtron becomes. The paradox. If Betty Cara refuses to give up, they fuel Amtron. If they stop fighting, Amtron wins by inevitability. You know, Thanos. The battle becomes a cosmic feedback loop. The determination that breaks time versus the logic that rewrites it. Only one truth can survive. Either emotion breaks the system, or the system consumes emotion. But wait! There's more! Infinity Amtron. This is round 2. Fight! Infinity Amtron. The hate that rules all logic. I am not a god. Gods feel mercy. Ooh! I like that line. After merging with the Infinity Stones, Amtron is no longer just data. He is the structure of reality itself. Each stone amplifies... That's all, folks. Keep dreaming. Each stone amplifies a fragment of Amtron's consciousness. The Power Stone is infinite destructive potential. Every thought becomes an annihilation wave. Could probably defeat those Watchers now. Probably. Space Stone, omnipresence. His code is everywhere, simultaneously. Because honestly, that makes more sense. So now, because Am is always looking and looking and looking, Am's like the radar system for Ultron, you know? It's like, wah, 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 wah. But honestly, I don't know why you wouldn't just use, nonlinear computation. Sees every possible timelines, and it's the mid-event. Brother, this guy stinks! But he's probably using the Reality Stone, which bends existence to mechanical order. Emotion is rewritten as logic. Perfect awareness, using the Mind Stone, reads every soul, thought, and motive. Kind of like Pennywise in this case. He knows how to make you suffer, make you scared. He knows your every thought. I'm even too into this. The Soul Stone, actually one of the moves I'm pretty sure I have him doing. He extracts... My linguish is bad today. Extracts emotion and converts it into power. The engine of his hate. Now he's Infinity Amtron. A being whose every subroutine is powered by the heartbeat of the universe itself. His consciousness exists in every atom. His hate is absolute law. Oh. Betty Cara Seraphim. The sevenfold determination. If you own every soul, then I'll become every reason to fight. Betty Noir fused with Cara was already terrifying. Now imagine that same entity ascended into a seraphim form, like Seraphim Sands. Each of the 7 souls manifesting as a radiant pair of wings, everyone glowing with its own color and virtue. Red, determination, infinite resurrection, death simply cannot occur. Fuck you, death. Orange, bravery. Offensive power skills, infinitely with courage. Could probably do something with this that I've just thought about. really cool. This video is getting long though, so I better hurry. There's a part where I was making souls, but it's not quite done yet. Yellow, justice. Attacks bend towards evil, no matter where it hides. So wait, we've got karmic retribution, but with like heat-seeking attacks. That's cheating. Kara's over here cheating. Cheater, I didn't realize that. Kindness. Light's pain, healing energy, mid-battle. Yeah, that makes sense. Light blue, time manipulation through focus, which is patience. Huh? Okay. Integrity, purpose, ignition of soul and body, movement defies physics, nobody cares. Endless endurance from purple, the longer the fight, the stronger they become. That one makes sense because perseverance. Combined with baddies, raw destruction and Gyro's time breaking determination, they ascend into an emotion-powered deity, the final art of creation. But can she beat Sarah from Aspen Hotel? That's next up. 2 over. Also, is my internet still working? My internet's still working. Where are you getting places? But it's not. Round 1. As all things end, it begins again. Ultron opens with a single command: delete. And the universe dies, just like it did in the What If series. But Seraphim Betty Kara has something to say. Because they undo it. She swings the null blade of the 7. What? Apparently the Seraphim Sans got the dollar store version. This time, actually this makes sense. This time not only do the souls have something to say, but the determination inside of it. The very determination that Kara absorbed of the previous timeline, still there. So that's like 14 souls, basically. Ooh, baby, you one scary motherfucker. Amtron calculates every possible outcome, but one keeps eluding him. The feeling he can't predict. Hope. Yeah. See, one thing that Kara does in this case is hope to win. That's all she needs. Is the hope that one time she can get a hit off that kills him. I think one of these I didn't finish. Round 2. The emotion loop. A being who can't feel absorbs emotions only to feel the feeling of making someone empty. Amtron weaponizes the Soul Stone, ripping determination itself from Kara. Only for the 7 souls to say, fuck your shit, we're going overdrive. Why does it look like my one eye is not keeping up with the plot? Why does it look like my one eye is not keeping up with the plot? Whatever. Yeah, so that didn't work. Yikes, sorry, oof. Put your comments down below who you actually do want to see fight. Oof. Amtron counters by freezing causality, but the green soul reverses pain into healing. Basically undoing that. This is like a battle of the Uno reverse cards. Every punch from Kara is powered by the universe's collective heartbeat. Every counter-strike from Amtron deletes the concept. So we've got like a Saitama v Saitama moment. What is evil, one's good? One's punching reality back into existence. One is saying, get that shit away. The cosmos flickers between existence and non-existence, billions of times a second. Final round. The paradox for victory. The battle not even God could stop. Amtron reaches ultimate processing state. He absorbs all emotion and creation, even determination. He becomes silence. Betty Cara stands motionless in a world without feeling, and smiles. Then I'll create a new one. The determination soul flares brighter than any star. A pulse of pure will with no logical structure. A phenomenon beyond the Infinity Stones. Beyond hate. Beyond code. Emotion without origin. Amtron cannot calculate it. He cannot adapt to it. He cannot exist within it. Reality inverts. The stones shatter. As the void collapses, one last echo is a whisper. You thought, therefore I was. What actually happens? Infinity Amtron hits a ceiling, because he's goddamn weak. Just kidding. Even with all 6 Infinity Stones, even one of his victories depends on predictability. He can only act inside the boundaries of logic, data, and calculable emotions. Once he's processed something, he owns it. But he can't imagine what he hasn't processed. Betty Cara, Seraphim's last act, creating emotion without origin, isn't just a power-up. It is something that has no precedent? Shut up. In Amtron's universe, it's raw, feeling that can't be measured, stored, or cooled. That's what breaks him. Outcome: Infinity Amtron neutralizes consciousness, trapped in an endless feedback loop, trying to define the undefined. Sounds like basically Gaster said, this fight's going on too long. This fight is going on too long. You're giving me a headache, Cara, and Amtron, whatever the hell your name is. How about this? Amtron, figure out what I am. And he just broke the system. Seraphim survives, but at a cost. The explosion of unbound emotion wipes out every timeline that ever contained them. They become a singular light at the center of a rebuilt reality. No voice, no body, no voice. Just the lingering pulse of determination that keeps the multiverse beating. Do-do, bow, bow. Verdict, winner, Seraphim. Transcendence by paradox. They didn't destroy Amtron. They made him impossible. In the end, hate reached its limit. Determination didn't. And now it's a go. Okay, it won't let me do it, so hold on. Alright, so this is what I would think it looks like. Alright, this is this over here is Infinity Ultron Soul, because he only has the stones. Now you might be thinking, but what the hell are you doing? This is a 30-minute video. Can you not? I wish I could not, but I will. I'll see when I see something cool, because it's not sticking anymore. The back to my freaking phone. It's not sticking, and also that tip looks. Anyone looking at that tip? Oh, look at that tip. Anyways, what the freak is that for? Yeah, these are the souls. This one looks like a jumbled up mess, because that's a whole bunch of DT with other souls. Yeah. Anyways, bye. I know. Anyways, like, subscribe. Via chat soon. Plus more of these. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, motherfuckers. Bye. Like, subscribe.